Good morning, everybody. I'm here today to tell you about the benefits of fresh fruits and vegetables. As of today, I'm going to start a 60-day detox, drinking mostly juices, fresh fruits and vegetable juices. The way I like to do it is to start the day with a fresh fruit juice, and then have another fruit juice in the afternoon, and then towards the evening have a vegetable juice. The reason you want to do fruits in the morning is fruits are really energizing. They wake you up, they give you lots of energy for the rest of your day. And then towards the evening, what you want to do is do the vegetables, because vegetables have a calming effect on your body. It'll sort of help you bring you down and help you go to sleep better. If you do the apple or fruits towards the evening, you might have some difficulty falling asleep. So start the day with the fruits and then work your way towards the vegetables by the evening, and that'll be really good. The reason you want to do fruits and vegetables is because these are healing foods. When you cook food, you tend to denature it and you kill a lot of the enzymes and the food and the minerals that your body needs. So when you do that, your body has to work really, really hard to digest things. Enzymes speed up chemical processes in your body. So either your body makes the enzymes or you have to take it from the outside. Now, if your body makes it, it has to expend a lot of energy to produce the enzymes. But if you take it from the outside, your body doesn't have to expend all that energy. Instead, it could focus that energy towards healing your body, towards detoxifying. Remember, there's a finite amount of energy in the body, and you can direct it towards producing stuff, or you could direct it towards cleaning and detoxing and rebuilding. And you want to focus on saving that energy for healing your body. That's why the enzymes in this food will help to digest it, as opposed to having your body produce its own enzymes to break it down. So when you cook it, you kill it. Heat denatures enzymes. Enzymes are proteins. Just imagine egg. When you break it, you put it on a hot skillet, it's all liquidy. The heat coagulates it and denatures it. So that cooking action basically is destroying the beneficial properties of the food. So the ingredients for this morning juice are very simple. We're going to have some apples, celery, dandelion greens, fennel. I have some turmeric, fresh turmeric if you can get it, and fresh ginger. I already chopped this up. And I'm using an omega juicer to extract the juice. The reason why I'm juicing it as opposed to eating it is because when you juice it, what you're doing is you're separating the fiber from the mineral-rich water, enzyme-rich water, nutrient-dense water, and when that juice hits your stomach, it gets absorbed pretty readily. It doesn't need to be broken down. It doesn't need to be reabsorbed. It just goes really quick into your body. A lot of us have problems with not only digestion, but also absorption. So when you eat food, your body has to first break it down, and then it has to absorb the nutrients. By juicing it, you eliminate those steps. Your body doesn't need to do a whole lot of digestion on a juice because it's already in a very digested form. And then absorption, if you've been eating cooked food all your life, the intestinal tract, the lining of it, is probably caked on, layered on with lots of mucus, lots of toxins, lots of residue from all that cooked, greasy food that you've been eating all your life. As a result, its ability to pull the nutrients into your body is diminished. So if it sees, say, a dandelion leaf passing by, it's not going to be able to absorb this as easily. Whereas if you juice it, it can latch onto that juice and pull it a bit more effectively. So those are the two things: is digestion. A lot of our digestive system has decreased the quality of the digestion, and also absorption, the quality of pulling that food into your bloodstream so it could be used by the body. So that's why I recommend juicing, is that you increase the amount of nutrients that your body can take at any time when you eat. And also, if you're just eating regular food, my recommendation is that you chew it really well, especially with salads. What you want to do is you chew it really well, just like you're masticating it into fine, tiny bits. Because if you don't chew it very well, you're going to get big chunks of vegetables in your system, and then your body has to work really hard to digest that. It has to produce lots of enzymes, lots of acids to break it down, and then it might not even be successful. So what you're going to do is you're going to eat a big piece of dandelion green, and then you're going to poop it out as a whole leaf. And if you guys have digestion problems, you'll notice that if you eat vegetables and you don't really chew it very well, it's going to come out the other end in the same form that you ate it. So chewing is very important. Now the food aspect is important in terms of healing and detoxing and getting rid of all that backed up mucus in your system. The other important aspect to having a healthy life, having a healthy diet, is your mental or emotional state of mind. A lot of us carry a lot of baggage with us. We have a lot of anger in ourselves. So you have to change your thought process. You have to start letting go of all that emotional baggage that you carry, because it physically weighs you down. You're going to be like tired and depressed and angry, and you're going to hurt people if you're in that frame of mind. So in order to detox, you not only have to physically detox, but you have to emotionally detox. You have to release all that garbage. And that all starts by forgiving yourself. You start by forgiving yourself, and then you start by forgiving others. And when you forgive, you let go. And when you let go, you lighten up. When you lighten up, you get closer to the Creator. Because you stop judging. And you shouldn't judge. Because when you judge others, what you're doing is creating negative karma, bad karma. And that eventually is going to catch up with you. So remember, detoxification is just not simply about the food that you take, but also about your emotional and mental state of mind. Is that you have to detox all that negativity out of your system and start by forgiving. And you start by forgiving yourself and loving unconditionally. To love unconditionally means you do not judge people. You accept them as who they are. So let's start juicing. I do this juice for breakfast. The three most important ingredients in this juice are the apples, the ginger, turmeric, and I also forgot, I'm going to toss in a lemon. This is from my tree in the back, fresh. So these three elements are extremely healing and purgative. They get rid of all that toxicity that's been locked into your system. And I also recommend that you try to get your ingredients to be as fresh as possible, or ripe, I should say ripe. A lot of the times, you pick an apple and it tastes very sour. It's because it's been picked early and it hasn't ripened yet. And when you eat unripened food, it just doesn't sit well. It just doesn't have the same healing properties as a fully tree-ripe fruit. So my recommendation is that when you go, try to look for really ripe fruit. And you can tell by their smell, by their aroma, by the color on the fruit itself. And I also recommend getting your fruits from farmers market. These guys usually pick their fruit pretty ripe from the tree and then they bring it to the market. So let's get going. I'm going to use an omega juicer here, and I'm going to start with the vegetables first. So this is the first one is oops, I gotta plug this in. The first one I'm going to use is fennel. Fennel is really good. It's going to make your body get rid of all that toxic smells that it's been used to. You're going to have beautiful breath. You're going to have beautiful aroma. The other thing is with the ginger. You want to do the ginger. Sorry, let me make sure I get this going the right way. So ginger is a great anti-inflammatory, anti-pain, anti-nausea. If anybody is nauseous or with an upset stomach, a great thing to do is to get some ginger juice. And actually, you know what I recommend is to get a little bit of ginger and just do a little ginger shot. Super good. A while ago, I had this really nasty sore throat, bad cough. And then I just came down here and did a little bit of ginger juice, did a ginger shot, chased it with a little wedge of lemon. Super healthy. It made me feel better almost immediately by, I'd say about 50 to 60% right away, just by doing that. First thing when I got up from bed and I felt that sore throat, I did the ginger and it was amazing. So we're still working on the fennel. I'm going to try to get all of it in there. Now, turmeric is an amazing root. It also has similar properties to the ginger. It's going to help you eliminate a lot of pain, a lot of inflammation. It also these things also have properties of fighting off bacteria and fighting off viruses and keeping your body clean. The whole point of eating clean is also to keep a clean body. When you have a clean body, you do not give chance to bacteria and viruses to come and take up space. But if your body is all backed up, clogged up, stagnant, then bacteria can take place and wreak havoc in your body. So don't even give them a chance. Eat healthy this way, fresh juices, keep your body clean, and you're not going to be breeding ground for bacteria. Celery is amazing. It's very hydrating. Lots of minerals in there. It does have salt. Now salt will wake you right up. And I like celery in the morning because in addition with the sugar from the fruit, the salt will also wake you up. If you're ever tired or if you're ever lethargic and you take a little bit of a salt, it just perks you right up. Let me get a knife here. So there's one rule to juicing, and that is you don't want to mix your fruits and vegetables, and that's because the sugar in the fruit is different from the sugar in the vegetable. The sugar in here is called fructose, and the sugar in there is called glucose. These two sugars are processed differently in your system. And if you mix them up, what happens is that one sugar gets processed, the other sugar gets to sit there. And when it sits there, it starts to ferment by the bacteria in your gut. And when it starts to ferment, you're going to feel bloated, lethargic, sleepy, tired. Now the only exception is that you can mix apple with vegetables. This is the only exception. All the rest I do not recommend. And then the lemon. The lemon will also act as a great preservative. This thing is going to start to oxidize pretty quickly. So when you put a lemon in there, it's going to stop that action. Now oxidation you're going to notice, because if you let this juice sit at room temperature for a little while, you're going to start to notice that the color will change. It's going to get, I don't know, darker. But if you put a lemon in there, it's going to stop that oxidation. And you don't want your food to get oxidized, because then the valuable properties of the food are going to be diminished greatly. And I also recommend that when you juice, you consume it fairly quickly. You don't want to let it sit there for too long for the same reason of oxidation. I'm going to make probably about 1 liter, maybe a little bit more. And I'm going to drink this right away. I'm not going to let it sit. And this is going to be very hydrating, and you want to get hydrated in the morning because you slept all night, you didn't take any water, and your body's kind of getting a little bit of dry. And what you want to do is replenish those fluids that you lost. And remember, there's something called insensible perspiration. When you breathe, you're exhaling a lot of the water out of your system, because the temperature in your body is a little bit warmer than the temperature outside. So, like when you exhale on a cold day, you see that little white smoke, smoke exhalation. That's the water coming out of your system. And we lose a lot of water that way. It's called insensible perspiration. Even if you don't pee it out, you are losing water. So you want to stay hydrated at all times. This is getting a little full. I'm going to stop the juicer, and then I'm going to pour it. So what I recommend is you pour it in a glass bottle. This is one of those preserving bottles. It's about 1 liter or 32 ounces. But before I do that, I just want to strain some of this, because I don't care for too many bits and pieces of vegetables in my juice. So I have a strainer here. So I'm going to use this. I'm also going to get a pot to pour it into. So what I do is I just do this quick little straining process to get rid of any extra residual fiber in here. So all you're left with is just pure juice. And I use this little stirrer to get the juice flowing pretty quickly. And the other thing I want to recommend is, if you are going to get utensils, either get glass or steel, stainless steel. I do not recommend plastic. And the reason being is that plastic can leach off. So if you're juicing, and say your juice is a little bit acidic, especially if you're doing orange juice or lemon juice, the acids in those juices can leach off the sides of the container. And what happens is that when you drink your juice, you're also drinking some of that plastic with it. So that's why I always recommend to get either glass or you get stainless steel bowls, so you can avoid that problem. And that goes for everything. Even like if you're storing water in your refrigerator, go ahead and do that. Now the manufacturer of this juicer sent me this BPA-free plastic. And just for a tiny bit of time that the juice sits there, it's okay. I mean, but otherwise, you know, for storage and for long term, I don't recommend plastic at all. So we did strain that, and so now that it's strained, I'm just going to pour it into this bottle. And this is a very healthy, nutritious way to start your day. So that's about 1 liter. And I'm going to start drinking this, and I encourage you guys to think about adding fruits and vegetables to your diet. So if you're still eating cooked food, you could transition slowly by adding more fruits and vegetables to your diet. So when you start your day, instead of having say cereal or whatever you have for your breakfast, start out with some fruit. Have a big bowl of fruit. Or if you're going to have lunch or dinner, start out by eating your salad first. Have a huge salad, and then if there's room left, then you eat your cooked food. So this way you do this incremental changes in your system and start getting your body used to eating more fruits and vegetables. Because initially, your taste buds are going to be totally off tune. They're off sync right now. They're used to that cooked food, that fat, that salt, that processed sugar. So when you start to transition into fresh fruits and vegetables, there's going to be a period of adjustment, period of transition, where you have to get your taste buds retuned into the frequencies of the fresh fruits and vegetables. So I'm going to stop right there and encourage you to eat more fruits and vegetables, and I'm going to do more of these videos just to show you my process along the way, to see how what journeys or what obstacles I have on my path to detoxification. So I wish you a good day. I send you lots of love, and I encourage you to eat more fruits and vegetables. Thank you.